Happy Sip and Sparkle Sunday.
Hey!
Hey, hello, Martyn.
Hiya, Lisa, how are you?
I am great. I am so excited you're here today.
This is great. I can't believe I'm on the film set of Sip and Sparkle with Lisa Hammett. This is great. The crazy redhead of McKinney.
I know, right?
Can you believe it?
I know it. Well, I'm super excited. And
Do you know what? Everyone in America is always super excited. There must be something above super excited, because everyone's super excited.
I know, right?
What's all that about?
I don't know. We're just a super excited bunch of...
You are. This is what I love about America.
I don't know.
The passion and excitement here.
I know.
Everything is possible here in America.
Absolutely.
Have you noticed, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
yes,
this afternoon, it's do you know what? It's 5:15 in the afternoon when we're recording this.
Yes, it is.
We're not going out live, but I just need to point out that I'm actually drinking a nice cup of tea while Lisa is getting smashed on champagne, whatever, or wine, or whatever's in that glass. She did offer me one, but I did say, I'm sorry, I have to have a cup of tea in the afternoon. So.
But he had a beer first. So
I did.
Just saying.
We had a couple of drinks.
We did. It was good. It was good.
So I'm very excited to be here.
Well, we're excited you're here. So, real quick, let me just, for those who are just joining us for the first time, the whole point of us doing this is to get to know fabulous resources that we have in our
Fabulous
community.
resources. I'm a fabulous resource.
He's a fabulous resource. But, no, Martyn is an awesome guy, and he lives in McKinney, and you'll learn more about him in just a few minutes. But the point of Sip and Sparkle, and I have this every Sunday, is to just join networks, get to know what we have in the community, and just go from there.
Absolutely.
So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, and...
Wonderful. We're just going to have a conversation. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, by the way, viewers, underneath, click on the subscribe button and ring that bell, because when Lisa puts new videos on this channel, you get to hear about it first.
Yes.
And subscribe. That's just under here, that little button with a little bell. Ring the bell and subscribe to this channel. Wonderful. Well, Lisa, what do you want to know?
So, what I really want to know is, have you always wanted to sing and be a performer? How did you even get into this industry?
Oh, well, that's a long story. How long have we got? I just need to mention, by the way, before we get on to that her husband, Tyler, was behind the camera, but she insisted that when we actually started the interview, that Tyler left the room. So Tyler is no longer behind the camera. In fact, just to let everybody know that this wonderful studio, it looks so exotic, doesn't it, with this bit of green curtain behind us. We're actually in the garage, if you could only see. I just felt we needed to say that.
Great. I know we have a Christmas tree over there. We got some Halloween decor over here. It's pretty fabulous.
A few pumpkins lying around.
Exactly. But enough about that. People don't want to know about that. They want to know about you.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. They want to know about you. So talk about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm all about two things. First of all, a cup of tea, and more importantly, a biscuit. Not a cookie, a biscuit. And this actually is England's #1 biscuit, because during the Second World War, well, the Germans were bombing London, and my dad was actually in London at that time.
Really?
My dad was a Cockney from London.
Oh, wow.
And to be a Cockney, a true Cockney, you have to be born in the sound of Bow Bells, while the bells are ringing, and in Paddington. And that's which makes my dad a true Cockney. And during the war, these biscuits, which on the back, there's a little stamp by the Queen, there's a little thing, and I can't even see it, but it is here somewhere. People would go down in the underground and they could hear the bombing from the Germans, and they would have their tea and they would dunk their biscuits in, and the cup of tea in England with the rich tea biscuit has become a really important part of our culture. It brings people together. It's the first thing that anyone says to you when you knock on an Englishman's door. He will say, "Would you like a cup of tea?" So the cup of tea and a biscuit is part of our culture. So
I love it.
Really important. But you must make sure, though, you have a proper tea bag. These are from Cornwall, which is in fact very similar to Texas, because Cornwall used to be its own country going back thousands of years. Cornwall was it's a county, but regard that as like a state for you.
Okay.
Because
Interesting.
So Cornwall,
I had no idea.
Yeah. So like Texas was its own country, right?
Right.
Similar sort of idea.
It's kind of, I kind of went off on its own.
Yeah. So it's a kind of similar thing.
Yeah.
So this is a proper Cornish tea. All my friends around the world who get to see this, you'll be proud of me, because I brought to America my Cornish tea bags.
Yes.
So how did I get started in entertainment? Well,
yes.
My parents were both entertainers. My mother was a very successful singer. you have, I believe, in America, Dusty Springfield.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
Well,
yes.
In England, we had a lady called Petula Clark, and my mum was.
Heard of her.
Yeah.
Yes.
My mum was in a very similar style to Petula Clark,
Okay.
and my dad was a drummer, and they were both very successful. My mum won Opportunity Knocks, which is kind of the same as your X Factor now or American Idol.
Okay.
And my dad, he played drums for the Victor Sylvester Dance Orchestra. So in America, you had the Glenn Miller band throughout the war.
Right.
We had the Victor Sylvester Dance Orchestra, just to give you an idea of the comparisons. And so both my parents were in entertainment. So I was born into it. So from the moment I was born, in fact, just after I was born, days after I was born, I was in a little crib. You call it a crib, we call it a cot, I think. And I'm trying to speak as much American as I can. Excuse me. And I was put under the stage while my dad was on stage with the orchestra, and the beat of the drum put me to sleep. So from a very young age, rhythm and music was in my blood.
Okay.
By the age of 4, I was playing the piano, and by the age of 10, I passed all my grades. So I was in it from a very young age. But I get my name from a very famous person you probably all know. My parents thought it'd be quite nice to give me a stage name. So my full name is Martyn. This is the first time anyone's going to find this out, right?
Really?
You all know me as Martyn Lucas, but my full name is actually Martyn Lucas Vince. Martyn with an I, actually. Okay.
Okay.
So they decided that Martyn Lucas and Martyn with a Y and Lucas would be a good stage name should I ever be an entertainer like they were. So that's where the name came from. And the reason why they chose Lucas, they liked the name Lucas because they knew of George Lucas, because my godfather was Kenny Baker. And you're all thinking, who's Kenny Baker? Kenny Baker was R2-D2, the little man inside.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool.
As a baby, R2-D2 would bounce me on his knee. Yeah, not inside in the robot, but outside.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird.
Yeah, that will be strange. So that's how I got my name, and that's how I got in entertainment. And then I grew up doing shows and so on and so forth. And one of the things I wanted to tell you about today was, once upon a time, I had hair redder than Lisa Hammett's.
Can you believe that?
And I think we might even go to a picture right now.
Yes.
There we go. Look, by the magic
like...
of TV, we've just gone to a picture. I'm saying that now because I know it's happening.
Crazy.
After edit, that's happening. That's not live. That's happening on the edit, right?
Crazy,
and we're back,
right?
And we're back again after the picture. Here we are.
I know, right? That's crazy.
That was a picture of me as a young boy when I had red hair. So I had my hair dyed, and when I went into school, you can imagine that wasn't so fun.
Yeah,
in
probably
fact,
not. Probably
in
not.
fact, I make jokes and I try to always be optimistic, but at school, due to the fact that I'm a bit odd and crazy, and I had red hair, and I used to sing songs and play the piano, I had a number of years where I was severely bullied. That's not something I talk about
terrible.
a lot. But
yeah, that's terrible.
I think it's nice to share with people because I try to help people who have been bullied. Sometimes you notice I stutter, and that's part of it. I sometimes my insecurities come out, even though everybody thinks, oh, this guy's really optimistic and actually confident. Actually, it's the way I deal with it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's
nobody
important.
would ever know.
But for 8 years, I was bullied. I used to come home from school and I have bloodied noses and ripped shirts on a regular basis.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but from it, I drew strength and I created my own person. I decided that I wanted to make the most of my life. I regard every day as the last day. Every day.
That's awesome.
I love people. I love everything. Even though I live here in America and I'm currently not living in my home in England. Wherever you are and you're loved and you're appreciated and you're part of the community's home. My home still exists. I can go back there. My house is still there. But I'm now here in America. Why am I here in America?
Why? That was my next question.
I here in America?
Why are you in America?
Excuse me. Well, I was working on a cruise ship out of Galveston, Texas, on Carnival. Galveston, Texas. Sorry.
Yes.
Out of working for Carnival Cruise Lines.
Okay.
And I was a singer on the ship doing my show, and that's where I met Leah, who's now my wife.
Yes.
She was from McKinney.
Yes.
Here in Texas. She was born in Dallas but grew up in McKinney, and she was a guest on the ship. We started dating, backwards and forwards between England and America for several years.
Wow.
And one day we said, look, this we've got to do something about this. We can't keep going backwards and forwards,
That's tough.
We need to live somewhere. So we decided we wanted to get married, and Leah said, well, I can't really live in England right now because my job is in America. I said, well, I can work anywhere. I've performed in 195 countries, everywhere around the world I've been, performing a lot of the times entertaining the troops in the British Army. So I was flown out to entertain troops and doing things for my shows and different things I've done in my life. So I was able to come to America. So we started the whole green card process, and thanks to your president, because some people like Donald Trump, some people don't, and in England and Europe we have some views on your president. But thanks to your president, whichever way you swing with it, I'm very grateful to him and the government because he made it easier for me to get my green card.
That's awesome.
It should take 2 years. It took me 6 months.
Wow.
Because if you're from England and you have good standing, good business and credit and so on and so forth, they accelerate it. They want you to come here because, of course, you serve the community, you pay taxes.
Right.
I got my first tax bill this year, so I know what it feels like.
Lucky you.
Oh, yes.
Isn't it great?
I'm a proper citizen, pay my way,
Yes, you
serving
are.
the community and so on. So thank you to you and your country for allowing me to be able to get here quickly as possible. Still very difficult, still very expensive, as it should be. I hope it's difficult to go to England. It should be. But I'm very thankful to be here, and the people of America have been amazing to me. But I couldn't have been luckier and end up in McKinney. That was by chance. That is where Leah lived, right?
Yes.
So I came to McKinney. Boy, did I come to a good city, right?
Of course, it's the best place to live in America.
Actually, in some reports or something, it's one of the best places to live, right?
We were, I want to think, gosh, was it 3 or 4 years ago? Yes, it was the #1 place to live in America.
Yeah.
#1 city in America.
See, I could have gone anywhere, couldn't I? I could have met a lady from Vegas, New York, California, surfing every day. But no, I ended up here in McKinney, and boy was I lucky.
Yes, you are. It's a great place. So what have you been doing since you've been here?
Oh, blimey. Well, I've been busy.
Yes.
I had a 30, because I've been in business for 34 years now. I've been professional. It's paid my way for 34 years. I've had my ups and my downs, I've had my highs and my lows. I learn more at my lows than my highs. Because we're talking to a business community. A lot of our friends are in business, so I can share this information with you. You might find it interesting, but I learn more from failing than succeeding, to be honest. The first thing I did when I came to America, I met George Mattson. And boy, was I lucky there. It wasn't any guy. He's voted by the McKinney Chamber as Citizens of the Year, him and Elaine.
Yes.
George and Elaine Mattson.
They're wonderful.
They were the first people I met after my wife, of course. And I bumped into George and Elaine Mattson at the Oktoberfest. The Lions.
Yeah.
The Lions Club had a little place where they would be bouncing the ball in the bucket. And I was able to bounce the ball in the bucket, and I got talking to the... and I did it straight off, by the way.
Impressive.
Yeah, boom, straight in. There you go. And
Show off.
You know why that is? Hang on, here it is. The reason for that, just off camera there, the reason for that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is being an Englishman, I have 3 lions on my chest. The 3 lions of St. George, the coats of arms of England. See, the biggest passion we have is in the heart. Right?
Got it.
And we can never fail. That's why we conquered 2/3 of the world. Do you remember that little escapade? Remember that?
I do.
We say in England, America, it was a good idea. It just got out of control. That's what we say about America.
Oh my gosh.
Too much, too soon.
Oh,
anyway,
boy.
But anyway, so I met George, a member of the Lions, and wow, he told me what you need to do. You need to be a part of the community. You need to... Are you enjoying that wine? You are enjoying it, aren't you?
It's pretty fabulous.
I'm loving my tea, by the way. Just have one more sip of that.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
All right.
I've never chinked a cheers a wine with a tea.
Whatever. It works. Okay.
It works. Excuse me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. What happened then? Right, so I met George, and George says, you need to get yourself into the community. Well, I was not used to that. Working in England and doing my theatre shows and all the things I've been involved with and so on. I was quite well known, so I didn't need to market. I didn't have a card. I didn't know what networking was until I came to America. And I was told, get into the community, join networking groups. And okay, so the first day I went to the McKinney Chamber.
Best place to be.
Wednesday morning. Are you kidding? Up at 6 o'clock, shower, dress, make the bed, get your suit and tie on, have a shave, get down for 7:30. What the heck is this? I go to bed at 7:30 in the morning after my gigs in Amsterdam, working in Russia, many parts of the world, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not getting out of bed at 6 in the morning. But that's what you got to do here in McKinney, right? Get to the networking groups, and what the secret is. Because I'm living the American... People say, what's the American dream? I'm living the American dream. What is it? I've only been here a year and a half. Is give to the community. Rather than concentrate your time on how can I feed myself? How can I better myself? How can I help others?
Absolutely.
You think, well, how does that help you? Well, one, it feels good. One, it drives the day and it's fun to do. Two, it's fun to do. But by doing so, they will give back to you tenfold.
Absolutely.
And here we are, a year and a half later. I'm doing amazing world-class gigs in America. I've performed in some very, very well-known people's houses. You all know by now who they are. I'm not going to repeat that here today again. But I've done halftime shows for football teams and in celebrities' houses. And each time I do so, someone refers me and books me for their party or their event and so on. And I've been able to work with the Lions Club and give to the community. I think it's very important to do so. Because I don't know if everyone's aware, but here in McKinney, there's on one end of the street there's a billionaire, and on the other end of the town there's people who barely have food each day for their kids.
Yes.
There's a big divide, and that's not reserved just for McKinney or Texas, America. We have that problem in London.
Oh, it's all over the world.
All over the world.
Yeah, it's all over the world.
When you see it, you feel obliged to be a part of it and help. So through the Lions, I've been able to put on my theatre shows and give the profits to the Lions Club. So we take local disabled children to summer camp, and we help with eyeglasses. We also support other charities too. They come to us. If you had something that needed support, you could come to us at the Lions and say, we know of this problem, can you help? And we have a board meeting and we sit around and we think, how can we help with this? And then we put our funds into that as well. So it's not just the things that we're known for. We do many, many things, involved in all kinds of disasters and problems. We just love to serve the community. And by doing so, the community takes care of you. And the business community is the same. When I do my shows in the summer, the McKinney Performing Arts Centre, July 19 and 20, I just thought I'd get that little plug in there.
Yes.
It's going to be full.
It's a big deal.
It was that close from being sold out at Christmas, and we're doing 2 brand new shows this year. One night with the Piano Men, which is me doing all my Billy Joel, Elton John songs, and then the next night, July 20th, is the musical show, Phantom and Les Miserables and all these. So you either rock and roll or passion, or if you've got loads of money, you go to both and you support those shows. There are some discounts online if you do that. Yeah, go to both. Peter's got to both. And the entire business community is going to come out and support me. And it enables me then to be able to give back to the community, and it's just such an amazing place to live. And when I first came here, I was quite sad actually, because I travelled all over the world and I'd heard and I'd felt people's feelings and reactions to America, and people that haven't been here, particularly countries in the East, don't understand what Americans are. You're not represented by a flag or a government or a president. You're represented by you, individual people, and if you're in certain parts of the world and you're in conflict with America, you have a particular view on America. Of course you do. But I only wish I could pick up a family from certain parts of the world, which I'm referring to, and bring them to America to meet American people in a town like McKinney. One of my favourite towns is up in Kansas, Waltersville, Marshall County. Hi guys, you know who you are. And you'll see the most loving, beautiful people, respectful, and there's nothing there that you would not just want to embrace and be a part of the American way. It's a wonderful country with so much optimism, and unfortunately, countries that are in conflict with America don't ever get to see. They just see CNN, the news, the drama, the headlines.
That's why I don't watch the news.
No,
I don't.
Now I love America. I have allegiance to America as well as my queen and my country. I have two countries that I care about. Fortunately, we're both in the same team, right?
Yes.
So it's easy.
Yes.
But it makes me sad when friends of mine and people I know in certain parts of the world do not understand the American way of life. Because if you've never been here, you need to come here and experience what America has. It's incredible.
We're going to take a quick little break because we're going to do something kind of fun. And we'll be back in a minute.
See you back in a minute.
Hi again.
We're back.
We're back.
The magic of editing.
I know, right?
Look at these t-shirts.
Cool. I know, they're fabulous. So talk about this.
What's going on here? What's going on here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is big enough. That's marketing for you, isn't it? You talk about marketing, how to promote your business. This is how to promote your business. Go on Lisa Hammett's show, Sip and Sparkle, in her garage with a cup of tea, glass of wine, and wear silly t-shirts.
And biscuits.
Yay!
Gotta have biscuits.
I'm impressed you remembered that.
Of course, because they're an important part.
So what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is Martyn Lucas in concert. World Piano Man, blah blah blah, 2 new shows, July the 19th, one night with the Piano Men, that's night with rock and roll, Billy Joel, Elton John, Jerry Lewis, Elton John will be behind me on the screen, and then we got July 20th, one night at the musicals, Phantom, you know, all that good stuff, right? It's the McKinney Performing Arts Centre, and if you see down here as well, look, we're proud to be sponsored this time. They pay for all of this. Thank you so much indeed, Jared Absher. My solar saves me. Yeah, from our...
Jared is awesome.
From our NetWeavers group.
Yes. Alan McKinney NetWeavers.
Thank you so much. This is a great story, right? Jared is such a great guy.
Yes.
He said, I want to sponsor the show. I want to get my name all over it. You know why you want to do that? Because he knows full well everyone's going to come.
Of course.
Great publicity,
it's going to be
right?
sold out.
Sold out. He's going to get loads of business. Really good. But the wonderful thing as well is, Jared, I said to Jared, okay, what I need you to do is support the Lions Club. How can you give to the Lions Club? I just need a couple of t-shirts and a poster, but how can we help the Lions Club? So what he's doing is if you mention my name, Martyn Lucas, to him when you order a solar system, if you want a solar system, which I highly recommend, I have one. My house in England's fully off the grid. It's an amazing thing to have.
Wow.
Good for the environment.
Yes.
Saves your roof from hail damage.
Yes.
Brilliant for that.
Yep.
And it saves you a lot of money, and it's just a really cool thing to do. I recommend everyone get one, right? I love it. But if you mention the Lions Club, out of his own personal profit, up to $1,000 he will give to the Lions Club.
Wow.
To the summer camp. That's not
awesome.
an inflated price. He didn't put it on the top because people go, oh yeah, he just put it on the... No, it's out of his own personal profit he makes himself. He will donate that from $500 to $1,000.
Wow.
To the Lions Club. So there we go.
Amazing.
My solar saves me.
Yes.
Right?
All right.
So there we go. You got a picture of... You got a picture of...
I know. I love it.
A picture of me on your chest there.
I know.
So that's a bit...
Sorry, Leah.
Yeah. And the husband's still not in here.
I know, right?
That's the closest. That's the closest I've ever been to you.
I know. Yes. You're close to my heart.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. I love it. Well, this has been just a blast.
It's been fun, isn't it? So we'd like you to comment below. Okay. Don't just watch this. Don't just watch this and just move along and drink your tea and sip your wine. We wanted to ring that bell for notifications. We want to subscribe to Lisa's channel. Or if you're watching us on my channel, subscribe to my channel, whichever. Like it, share it, tag it, post it, Instagram it.
So if they want to book you, how do they contact you?
MartynLucas.com. Oh, I tell you what I'm going to do for our listeners right now. This is going to be good, right? You watch the review. The numbers go up now, right?
Okay.
Do you want to win some free tickets to our show?
Yes.
Do you want to get a free? Are you ready for this? Okay. Yes. So if you've held back and you've listened, you're going to get an opportunity to get some free tickets. So I'm going to give away a pair of tickets, okay, worth I think about $90. So here we go. I'm going to give you my personal cell phone. This is my cell phone number that I'm putting live on YouTube. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay, so this is what am I doing, right?
Well, what are you doing?
I might have to change my number. It's fine. So here is my number. It's +1 if you're outside of America. Oh no, don't do that. +1 646 591 3994. I'll say that again. 646 591 3994. That's my personal cell. If you text me, okay, your name, what I'll do, let's pick a random number. Let's pick a random number, 32.
Okay.
The 32nd person to text me. Once this goes out, you'll see this and you watch it. Just text me. I will pick person number 32. who text me, and I will then text you back to say you have one free ticket
Awesome.
to the show.
That's
okay?
so cool.
So it's probably on your best to do that if you live in Texas. If you're watching this from my friends in England, might not worth bother texting me.
Or they may not live in Texas, but they may know somebody in Texas,
that works
and they
too.
can come visit.
That works too.
Yes.
That works too. So 646-591-3994. Text me. I'll pick number 32, the 32nd person to text me. I will reply to everybody's text to say thank you very much, but sadly you didn't win. But the one who did the one who did win, well, you got to tell people straight, right? He didn't win. That's it. But the 32nd person who does win, they'll get a text from me saying congratulations, and your tickets will be included, and you can turn up the show or whatever.
Awesome. Well, I've seen 2 of his shows and they're amazing, so you're gonna definitely want to go.
Do you know, I was so excited when Lisa Hammett asked me to be on Sip and Sparkle. This channel is famous now. We've had everybody. We've had Roy Ponder on here.
I know, right?
Roy
The
Ponder.
weather.
My mate, Roy Ponder.
Right?
We've had Robert Grala.
Yes.
Robert Grala is my MC. He's going to introduce me onto the stage in the show.
Yes.
Who else have we had on the show?
Lauren Palmer with The Art of Living Beautifully.
Yeah.
Angie Burns with Ovation Academy.
So I'm in quite an esteemed company now.
You are.
I am.
You are.
In this wonderful studio hidden away in the garage.
Yes.
It's not quite Hollywood, but
no,
it looks like it is.
It's kind of cool.
From the camera, doesn't it?
It's kind of cool. Well, this has been so fun. So thank you, Martyn. I appreciate it.
Been an absolute pleasure.
It has been wonderful.
All the luck in the world to you. You're
too.
a lovely person. I'm honoured that you asked me to be on your show. I wish you so much prosperity in your business. This lady's lovely. Everyone loves being involved with Lisa. That's why I was honoured to be on the show.
You're sweet.
Absolutely. Good luck to you, and God bless America.
Amen.
And God save the Queen.
Amen. All right.
Bye-bye.
Until next Sunday. Sip and Sparkle.
Bye.
Bye.